So I'd like to start off by thanking everyone who liked, shared, commented on the footage and content from last week. So this week I'm going to focus largely on Munster's kicking game, coming up against a very strategic and well laid out Cardiff defence, and how it was very difficult for Munster to rely on their running game, but they went to their kicking game. Starts off receiving a box kick. And you can see Shane Daly in the backfield here. As he receives this box kick, he makes a conscious effort to work his way back in field. What that gives Munster is a double-sided attack. So Cardiff have to defend both the short side and the long side. And you can see here, they've got in the blue dot there, you've got Mulder, their number 9, in the defensive line. Cardiff are really well set. The yellow dot is a defender who can plug in left and right of the breakdown. So it's hard for Munster to attack. Jack Crowley notices this. There's no one in the kick space, goes with the chip, regathers it. And when you regather a chip kick, you're then attacking against a very unstructured backfield. And you can see here, Cardiff are at 6s and 7s. He spots that, puts in the chip kick for Dan Kelly, who very nearly gets over. And what a great start that would have been for Munster. Unfortunately held up just short of the line. But not only does that affect how Cardiff defend in that instance, but it also affects them going forward. Here we see Munster going with a short line out and then moving the point of contact, trying to get back to the middle of the field, again giving them both the option of attacking open and blind. Jack Crowley knows that Tom O'Hearn's on the touchline, and coming up against Mulder, the Cardiff scrum half, he'd have a foot advantage in height. Had O'Hearn been working his way in from the touchline, that's a really good one-on-one option. If he can get up and win that ball, you can see there's 3 Munster players ready to flood through and get on that offload for what would probably be another try. But it's another really effective weapon for Munster to use. Here we have Munster, they're in around the halfway line, and they don't want to overplay against this Cardiff team. There's lots of poach threats. Cardiff defend the backfield with their wingers covering the corners. Jack Crowley spots this and goes with just low effective kick down the middle of the field, turning the Cardiff players. If they gather it there, it's going to be a tough kick to touch. And as we've seen now with the rules, the goal line restart, it's such an advantage for the attacking team. It's a great platform to attack. So they kick out to O'Hearn. O'Hearn again, working his way back towards the middle of the field. Good carry, effective at the breakdown, creating quick ball. And again, Ethan moves the ball to the middle of the field. And again, Munster have the option of attacking both open and blind. They overload the blind side, but Cardiff have to defend that open side with the 5 defenders, which creates an overlap for Munster down the short side. Wycherley does well to move the point of contact to Crowley, who again moves the ball, creates an overlap. But Munster are focused on creating pressure here, the turn and trap game. So they tread the ball between the 2 Cardiff defenders. I think it's Sheedy and Beetham in the backfield. And everyone's on the same page, flooding through, applying pressure. And Sheedy, under maximum pressure, is only able to get the ball out on the 25 metre line. So it's a from 2 accurate kicks, it's a 25 metre gain. Here we're going to have a look at Jack Crowley's restarts at the weekend. A couple of them in particular were very effective. If teams are looking to go long, you want to have in and around a 4-second or 5-second hang time to give the winger as much of a chance to get up and hit the player just as he's catching the ball or just as he's landing. Abrahams does that really well, and then you can see all the Munster players are flooding forward onto the ball while the Cardiff players are retreating. This gives a big opportunity for a big hit. Lockman goes for it, doesn't get it in that instance, but as an out half, if you can keep giving your forward pack those opportunities to get big impactful tackles, they have a significant effect on the outcome of a game. And even here, Munster have ended up with a line out on the Cardiff 10 metre line. Here we see Jack Crowley spots that there's just one Cardiff forward covering a large space in the corner of the pitch. Goes for an outswinger of a low trajectory drop kick. And that put Cardiff under significant pressure. They fluffed that line out and Munster went on to score. And now we've got 10 minutes left in the game. Munster 5 points up, just focusing on applying pressure. And you can see everyone's on the same page. You've got 5, 6, 7 Munster players flooding forward. It's a really good Gary Owen, perfect distance, landing outside the 22 with excellent hang time. They don't win the scraps, but again, they're applying maximum pressure to Cardiff. And this is exactly what you want to do for teams that are playing away from home. You want them to force an exit and playing from deep. Again here, back to the chip kick. Cardiff are scrambling to try and get the ball back. overloading the front line with defenders. Crowley again spots it, and left and right of him, I think you've Kelly and Ahern flooding through. Again, they don't win it, but they're applying pressure. They're tackling the player who's receiving the ball as he's catching it, and really good effort here on the counter ruck. And on another day, Munster win that back and are in possession in the Cardiff 22. Finally, we're going to look at the kick battle, which for me decided the outcome of the game. So Cardiff set up a midfield ruck, decide to go with a box kick. It's too far, which allows Ben O'Connor time to stay on the ground and catch it. He uses his Gaelic footballing skills to get the kick away, and it's a really good one at that. Close to the touchline with good distance, and Beetham, trying to apply field pressure, goes long. Good grass cover from Munster. Crowley has the confidence to pull off a spiral kick. Good length, finding grass allows Munster to get connected. There's nothing on for Johan Lloyd, who again goes long. And when you're in these kick battles, quite often it's just who's going to break first, who's going to make the mistake. Crowley goes with another good long kick. Beetham's unbalanced catching it. And then he makes the mistake here. He steps outside the 22, puts it out on the full, and that gives Munster the platform again in the Cardiff 22, which they went on to for Jack Crowley to score a great drop goal. So I was really impressed with Munster's variation in their kicking game against an excellent Cardiff defence. They found a way to break them down and get another win.